Alright, hey guys, welcome to another episode of In the Classroom, where we step out of the bedroom and into the classroom to talk about everything related to teaching English in South Korea. Today's episode is all about everybody's favorite subject, open class. A lot of teachers consider open class to be hell on earth, and it is, but there's also some good things to it. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the different types of open classes, who's going to show up, who's going to be there, and also we're going to talk about what you can do to prepare for your open class. So let's get started. Okay, so now I'm in the back of the classroom, and this is where your open class is going to take place. This is where you're going to have all your different audience members sit. So like I said, there's three types of open classes. The first type of open class is going to be one where it's just your own school's faculty, such as your vice principal, your head teacher, and maybe other teachers. The second type of open class is when actual students' parents come in and sit and watch your class. So since you work for public school, of course, you're funded by tax money. So a lot of the parents are curious about how their tax money is being spent, and they're very curious about seeing a foreigner teaching their children. And finally, the last type of open class is when teachers and faculty from other schools actually come to your school to view your open class. That one I heard is the most stressful, and that's the one that the schools care about the most. So in your classroom, you might have a big area, an open space like this, and this is where parents are going to sit. So while you're teaching in the front of the class, a whole bunch of eyes are going to be staring right at you. Okay, so a lot of people want to know, why does open class suck? And a big part of it is because it's staged. Of course, your co-teacher, of course your school faculty, they want everything to look like it's in perfect working order at your school. So they want you to put on the best show that you possibly can. So they don't really want just a typical boring, class. They want the students to seem like they're having like a really good time so that their parents are happy. The other problem about open class is that students act a lot different. So, the whole year you might have one or a couple problem students that just cause hell. But as soon as their parents come in, they're angels, and it pisses you off so bad because you want the parents and you want the faculty to finally see like how these kids actually are. Another thing is that the whole time you're going to be worrying, and your co-teacher is going to be worrying, because parents are going to critique you, and actually, you're going to get scored on how well you perform. They're going to write notes anonymously if, what they liked and what they didn't like. So it puts a lot of stress on you and your co-teacher to come up with, a lesson that is going to be good for the students, but also it's going to be, marketable to parents. It does suck, but, everyone has to do them, and it's just a part of the job. Okay, so why is an open class important? And it's important for a couple of reasons. First, it's one of the main ways that your school is going to evaluate your performance and if they want to hire you for another contract. Also, like I said, parents are here and you are their tax money, quite a lot of tax money actually. They say that the average native English teacher costs about $40,000 a year. That's including all the benefits and the apartment and your paycheck. So of course the parents want to see, how their money is being put to use. And also it's important because since a lot of schools in each city have native English teachers, by the way, I'm going to refer to them as Wonimine because that's just what we call them here. There's a lot of different Wonimine in each city. So essentially schools are looking to pick up new Wonimines for new contracts, or they're looking to get rid of some. So word, especially if you have open classes where other schools are coming to visit your school, word spreads like wildfire about if, this school has a great teacher or this school has a really bad teacher. Teachers talk. So another reason why it's important is because teachers talk, and a lot of teachers, if you didn't know, Korea has kind of a different system than the United States, whereas in Korea, teachers are required to move to different schools and different districts every 4 to 5 years. So they're always coming into contact with new teachers and, retaining relationships with old school teachers. So they're always talking, and a big topic is always, the Wonimine, the native English teacher. What are they like? Are they good? Were they a good investment? So this is your opportunity if you were looking to get famous in your city and you want to transfer to other schools, is to create a name for yourself and make sure the teachers talk. So when you have open class, kick ass, and teachers will talk about if you being a great teacher, and sometimes other schools will take notice, and it's not uncommon. I've heard of other schools actually mending parts of contracts just to make it more attractive for Wonimine to come after their contract is finished to the new school. Okay, so the last thing everyone's wants to know is, how can I make my open class good? How can I make the parents happy? How can I make the students and the principal and the head teacher happy? After teaching a couple of open classes, I realized it came down to one thing. Don't As much as you're going to be pressured to put on a completely different facade, a completely different, show, don't do it. Do it the way you've always been doing it, but just make it better, make it your best possible. So for example, look back at the games you played. Which ones worked the best? Which were the best, unscrambles? Which ones were the best bomb games? And plug those into this. I call this bringing out the big ones. Don't use the ones you've never tested before. Only use the ones you've tested and you know that work. That way you will not fall flat on your face in front of all these parents. Go over it with your teacher, and you guys together can come up with new ideas, and you guys can also come up with and create props. So for example, if you're always writing something on the board, the same sentences, for this open class, maybe you're going to print out something and laminate it and put magnets on it so you can stick it on the board so it just looks a little nicer and not so messy. Things like that. But don't completely change the structure of your class, because that will just mess students up, and like I said, it'll show. And of course, parents don't want to think that anything's wrong with their students, or they're going to think it's wrong with you. So like I said, do everything the way you've been doing it the whole year. Just improve upon it. Just make it a little bit better. All right, so that's the end of this episode. If you have any questions, please feel free to email us at theboys@rockpaperscissors.com. Happy open class!